Up today is a brand new light from Olight, the S10 Baton. Now when I first saw this light, there were a lot of cool things about it that made me say, that would be a great everyday carry light. I should maybe pick one of those up because that looks like it's got a lot of cool features that would be great for everyday use. And admittedly it does. There are a few features that are not so great, and I will of course cover all of those. So let's get the basic stuff out of the way. You know, one of the things that drew me to this light is the small size of it. Here it is in my hand, 2.7 inches, 0.9 inches, and weighs in at 1.4 ounces, so very small. Let me just bring in some other lights for comparison for you. There you have it, the Zebralight SC31, of course the Olight, Phoenix PD20, Sunwayman V11R, and, well, this big fat free light that I got from the NRA, and a mag light. So, super small light. Cannot beat the size of it. The weight, the size, it is perfect for sticking in your pocket because it is just so small and light. So that comes to the uses of this. Really, this is completely only an everyday carry use type light. There's really nothing tactical about it. The user interface is not tactical. The size of it is not tactical. The way the buttons are set up, it's just completely an everyday carry light. And the user interface is actually pretty good in that role. There's some things about the light that make it not a great everyday carry light, and I'll get to those. So just some of the other general features about this, get this out of the way. It comes with just a basic cardboard box, nothing too fancy about this. It does come with a lanyard and an extra O-ring. I have never once in my life used the extra O-rings that come with lights, but maybe I'm just not hard enough on my lights. I have to beat them up a little bit more. So that's what it comes with. Construction, standard stuff. You know, aircraft grade aluminum, IPX8 rating, all that normal stuff that lights come with. Let's go over the construction of it back to front, as I do with all my products, all my reviews. On the back here, so this has a little bit different back than really any other light. You know, most lights, of course, have a tail button on the back for pressing it. This one has a flat back, which obviously you can use it to tail stand it. But the unique thing about this back, this tail cap, is that it has a magnet there. Now that magnet can be used for a lot of different things. Say you need to pick up your nail clippers. Okay, that's not too useful. Say you have a pen there you need to pick up. Okay. Limited usefulness there. What if you just cannot get that cap off of the candle? You've been pulling and pulling, off it goes. All right, so those are admittedly some really great uses of that. However, there are a few uses that would be probably a little bit more practical. For instance, how about you have a dark stairway, there's a blackout, simply turn that light on, stick it there on the corner of the wall, and you now have that light lighting up a spot. What if you need to do a little cooking and it's dark in your kitchen? Need a little light under there? Stick it up under there. Cook away. Maybe the trunk of your car is older and the light's not on. The light doesn't work anymore. Turn the light on, stick it up under there. You need to get to your get home bag. There you go. What if you're stranded out at night and your hood light has gone out? You need to work on that engine? Well, turn that light on, stick it up there on the top of the hood, and have at that engine. Now, one of the concerns that I had seen people have with this light is that, say you have a memory card of some form, is this magnet going to have a problem, you know, erasing things? So I took this memory card, bunch of pictures on here, I rubbed it all around it, let it sit all over it, and it did not touch the pictures on this memory card. I honestly don't know if what this would do to a credit card. I'm not willing to test that, but it did not affect this memory card one bit whatsoever. So the magnet, you know, can be fairly useful if need be. The tail cap here, it does unscrew to reveal the battery, single CR123, either regular or rechargeable. Down on the body here, there is of course some knurling. And then we get to the pocket clip. So the pocket clip, the nice feature about the pocket clip, the things that I really liked about it is that first it's reversible because it comes facing the other way and I just cannot stand tip-up carry personally. So it's reversible, and it's fairly deep carry. I don't like the lights, like some of the 4.7's lights where the pocket clip ends down here and a good inch or so of the light sticks out of your pocket. This clip, nice and deep carry, and it also has the feature sort of like the Surefire E1B backup, where you can stick this on your hat. Again, you can mount it either way, so you can stick it on your hat if you need to use it as a light that way. However, this pocket clip is absolutely horrible. All right, let me tell you why I think so. For starters, up on the front here, this piece is way too vertical. You try and just shove that into a pocket, this is way too vertical, it does not slide in easy. Most other lights, you know, see how nice and rounded that is, that Phoenix. This Sunway Man, nice and rounded. Zebra light, nice and rounded. This one, it's darn near vertical. So you push that into fabric and it doesn't work. Aside from that, it's quite tough. So aside from the fact that it's really, you know, vertical, it's very stiff, so you can't slide that into a pocket very easily there. All right, so that's the first problem. Next problem is that right back here, you can see that that pocket clip actually jumps up there. See where that sticks up 90 degrees right there? So the fabric has enough trouble going in here, then once it gets back here, it has to go up over that hump right there. And then it gets back to here, and there's yet another thing that is sticking down in there to once again grab that fabric. So in 3 places, this light is going to get caught going into your pocket. It does not slide in easy. And all 3 of those, you know, none of this needs to be here back here. This needs to be flush. This little indentation here does not need to be there because you're not going to be putting in likely in fabric that's so thin that you need that extra little bit of grippiness there. So again, the pocket clip really needs to be redesigned. There's my little rant on that. If you're going to put it in on the back here, it's just not going to happen because there's way too tense back there, way too much tension. Just not going to happen, okay? Moving on, up to the head here, up to the button. So here's the button here. The user interface that works only by this side button. Obviously nothing on the back, and it works only by this side-mounted button. The way this works is that you can press the button. There's 4 outputs for this. There's a moonlight mode, which you get to by pressing and holding for, I believe, more than a second. And it goes to a moonlight mode of 0.5 lumens, which will go for 15 days, whopping 15 days. Now, alternatively, you can just click it on. Now, this has memory, so whatever you turn it off at, memory or moonlight mode included, it will go back onto that. So from this, you just hold it down more than a second and it will jump up to the next mode. 5 lumens, 12 hours. Hold it again, 70 lumens, 7 hours and 30 minutes. And then the full brightness, a whopping 320 lumens that it will do for an hour and a half. Again, you turn it off, turn it back on, and it will go right back to where you started. Now, the nice thing about this for an everyday carry purpose or for the middle of the night, say you last used it at that 320 lumens, well, if you have, you know, night vision that's going, your eyes are adjusted, you don't want to go to that and then, you know, work your way back down to that 0.5 lumens. So the nice thing they do, you can get access to that moonlight mode from anything. Just simply hold it down and you're back at that 5 lumens. Now, of course, it will go back. It's going to go back on there. It's not going to jump up to that 320. But it's a really nice feature with this that from any mode and off that you've turned it off from, you can get right to that moonlight mode. So very nice there. And then again, you just hold it, goes up, and then from there, it will work its way back down. So it goes low, medium, high, medium, low. So back down it goes, and it will just cycle through those. No hidden modes, no SOS, no strobe. The user interface again. So obviously, pure everyday carry. I mean, yeah, okay. Quick on, quick off. And if you left it on at that 320, you know, it's a reverse click design. But if you want to just click it on and off real quick, I guess you could. But again, pretty much an everyday carry light, and that's what this is going to be used for. Up on the head here, a little bit of an orange peel to the reflector, and it is the Cree XML LED. It's a pretty floody light. So again, another use for an everyday carry light. Nice floody light is going to light up a nice wide area. And in there, kind of a nice, they've thrown in this little red ring in here. Adds just a little flare of color to it for what that's worth. I kind of like it. It's a really nice looking light. It really is. They've done a great job with the construction of it, but for me, that pocket clip makes it absolutely not carryable. I mean, it's not carryable. If you have to take it out of your pocket one time in a day, okay, that might be okay. But if you're going to be going in and out of your pocket all the time, this is just simply not going to work for you. With a redesigned pocket clip, I think this could be a fantastic light for everyday carry. But as it is, it just doesn't work, honestly. It doesn't work for me. Someone else, your mileage obviously may vary. Different people may have different opinions. And certainly if you're someone that doesn't use the pocket clip, do you just throw this in the bottom of your pocket like some people do? Well, that's going to be a non-issue for you. I think it's really a great light for the price. Most of the other lights in this category, this small single CR123 light, are up in the $60, $70 range. So this light, which goes 0.5 lumens, so 0.5 lumens all the way up to 320 for $49.95. I think it's a great light for what it is, save for the pocket clip. So there you have it. Check one out, the Olight S10 Baton.